We are often deceived so many times by what we are seeing from the outside, so we get shocked when we dig deep and know the real deal. This is what happens when we think of Pokemon creatures. They look so cute and harmless, yet there's so many dangerous Pokemons. In this video, we will present to you the top 10 most dangerous Pokemons out there. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so that you can discover some super interesting information every day. Number 10. Gilgar Glisco. While Gilgar and Glisco don't really scream, "OMG, so terrifying," like a lot of other Pokemon do, their blasé look masks a different kind of terror with wings. It's not that Gilgar and Glisco will rush you head on and crush you with brute strength, or cut you into half or something like a bear or an elephant would if we're comparing them to animals of the real world. No, they're exactly like the ninjas they mimic. The smaller one likes to swoop down when you least expect it and smack! Suddenly you have a Gilgar clamping down on your face with its pincers, stabbing you with its poison-filled barb located in its tail. What's worse, you wouldn't even see it coming. They're supposedly silent flyers, so you could just be hanging out in the middle of town, minding your own business, and suddenly just feel attacks coming towards you. This is crazy, huh? Well, wait to see the others on the list. You'll be more surprised. Number 9. Aggron. Pretty much the opposite of Gilgar and Glisco, Aggron you would definitely see coming, and it probably would crush you with its brute strength and or cut you in half. Aggron is pretty slow. I mean, come on, it's an armor-plated bipedal Triceratops. Of course it's slow, meaning you could probably outrun it if your life depended on it. A problem arises when you think about where you would actually run into an Aggron in the real world, huh? Aggrons are typically found deep inside mountains, munching on iron and whatever other metals they happen to find tasty. Meaning to run into one, you'd have to be deep enough inside the mountain to be near them. While this cuts down on the number of Aggron you'd run into in your everyday life, it also means that Aggron would be in their element when you did run into them in the mountain. Number 8. Sharpedo. As soon as it catches the scent of prey, Sharpedo will jet seawater from its backside, hurtling toward the target to attack. Cruise ships are a blast in theory anyway. 2 full weeks of nothing but sweet, sweet Caribbean sun, endless buffets, and cool entertainment. Unfortunately, if Pokemon were real, there probably wouldn't be very many cruise ship companies. The reason for this? None other than the terror of the deep known as Sharpedo. While most sharks are harmless from the top of a boat deck, Sharpedo just outright doesn't care about your hunk of floating metal and will tear right through the hull just because it can. Imagine what that would be like while you're on the ship. Number 7. Pinsir and Scyther. I put these two together because when you get right down to it, they're both going to do the exact same thing to you for the exact same reason. Just with different methods. Pinsir is outstandingly strong. It can grip a foe weighing twice its weight in its horns and easily lift it. These Pokemon's movements turn sluggish in cold places. These thorns are driven deeply into the foe's body when the Pinsir closes, making it tough for the foe to escape. Scyther isn't much more pleasant. It's far quicker and is perfectly camouflaged in the long grass to the point where it's invisible. And then, before you know what happened to you, you've been cut in half by its skites like a piece of sushi. Doesn't sound so cute now, huh? Number 6. Primeape. When Primeape is furious, its blood circulation is boosted. This makes its muscles stronger but at the cost of some of its intelligence. However, it has sturdy vessels in its brain that help keep it healthy. It will chase anyone who upsets it, and it will not stop until it has caught its quarry. There seems to be an almost complete lack of motorized vehicles, so it's hard to determine just what lengths Primeape will go hunting you down. Maybe getting in a car and driving away will be enough to get away from this berserk ape. Maybe not. The only certain thing is you cannot run away from it by traditional means. As soon as you bother one, you'll never get away from it. It will always be following you, always chasing, always right behind you, anywhere and at any time. Talk about mental and physical fatigue. Have fun on your Pokemon adventure with this thing roaming the planet. Number 5. Electrode. Electrode eats electricity in the atmosphere. On days when lightning strikes, you can see this Pokemon exploding all over the place from eating too much electricity. Stores electrical energy inside its body. Even the slightest shock could trigger a huge explosion. Why an Electrode would be attacking you in the first place is beyond me. Maybe it was feeding off the electricity in your house, and you went outside and started beating it with a tennis racket because you didn't want your electricity bill to get too high. As one of the fastest Pokemon around, it's sure to be able to steamroll right over whatever it feels like at extremely high speeds. Number 4. Machamp. It quickly swings its forearms to rock its opponents with ceaseless punches and chops from all angles. Machamp has the power to hurl anything aside. Machamp is known as the Pokemon that has mastered every kind of martial art. Most fighting-type Pokemon have a way to severely mutilate your body, usually in the form of broken bones. Machamp is a cut above the rest. Firstly, it has 4 arms, not just your average 2, making for a total of 6 limbs with which to clobber you. Secondly, those 4 arms can throw 1,000 punches in just 2 seconds. I can't even punch twice effectively in 2 seconds to put it in perspective. Thirdly, just 1 arm has the strength to move a mountain, according to the yellow Pokédex entry. Seems so simple, but yet so deep, don't you think? He's one of my favorites. What is your favorite till now? Let us know in the comment section below. Number 3. Chandelure. It absorbs a spirit which it then burns. By waving the flames on its arms, it puts its foes into a hypnotic trance. Being consumed in Chandelure's flame burns up the spirit, leaving the body behind. The spirits burned up in its ominous flame lose their way and wander this world forever. I put Chandelure this high on the list not because of its immediate dangerousness, but because of the downright evilness of its habit and the state it will leave the planet over an extended amount of time. The evilness? It burns spirits, as I said, and then leaves the body, which is now nothing more than a husk, an empty shell behind. This idea is so terrifying in my opinion. Number 2. Ditto. Ditto only has one main move, and that is to transform. So when you put him in a battle, that's exactly what he does. He transforms into the first Pokemon he sees, which is whatever it is battling. Once your Ditto is transformed, it stays in that form for the entire battle. A Ditto can even take the form of a human. It can talk like a human as well. Imagine a world where you can never really trust anyone because they may be a Ditto. Well, this is just theory for sure, but the theory is not fun, so just go along. This is crazy, like so much crazy, don't you agree? Just the sheer potential of what Ditto could do if it can really take on the form of anything and anyone is truly terrifying. And now, we come down to number 1 in this list. This is the most dangerous Pokemon ever, Gyarados. So, what could be more dangerous than Ditto and Machamp overlords, or a zombie horde created by Chandelure? Nothing other than the master of the seas itself, Gyarados. Gyarados is huge and vicious. It is capable of destroying entire cities in a rage. When Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, its brain cells undergo a structural transformation. It is said that this transformation is to blame for this Pokemon's wildly violent nature. At this point in history, it's a no-brainer that whoever controls the sea and air in a conflict is usually the winner. Gyarados owns both and more. Imagine an army of Gyarados going insane and laying waste to whatever coastal city just so happens to piss them off on that particular day. It doesn't really need to be a coastal city if there's a river connecting the city in question to the sea. While a lot of Pokemon probably have the power to destroy a whole city, none are quite as mobile as Gyarados, which makes him one of the most dangerous Pokemon ever. This is it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Support us by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you next time. Bye.